Hi, and welcome back to Betty. I'm your host, Cynthia Thompson. A few weeks ago, I had my dear friend Sheila here, and we talked about our trip to Greece. She is Greek, so she knew all the ins and outs and all the places to go. One of the things that Greece is famous for is for their delicious food. Now, we only have 30 minutes, so I said, Sheila, what is something easy that we can prepare that's really quick? And we're going to prepare this for you today and give you some more things about Greek, too. Thank you for joining me again, Sheila.
Hi, Cynthia. Thanks for inviting me
Sheila,
again.
what are we going to make?
Okay, so we're going to make a sauce that is called tzatziki sauce.
A ziki?
Tzatziki.
Tzatziki.
Very good. And and basically that sauce is really famous. It goes in any kind of pita. We have like if you eat gyro or if you eat souvlaki or a chicken pita here, you usually get that sauce. It's really easy. I like eating it by the spoon, like
by the spoon?
Yeah. So just like that. Today we have some crackers that we will try it with to see how it tastes. So it's very easy.
Okay.
It doesn't need any kind of cooking, baking, or anything. It's just
so
basically.
I can do this.
Yes, you can definitely do that. There's simple ingredients, and we'll go over it. It's really easy to make, and then you can just eat it like at a Greek table. You can find it on a plate, and then it's with a Greek salad, you know, and bread and everything. So it's a very famous sauce.
Okay.
Okay.
So what is the main thing let's go with the ingredients part of this
So the main thing on this sauce is the yogurt. Okay.
So any kind of yogurt?
I prefer the Greek yogurt. I'm sure you have heard it that it became pretty famous now here.
Yes.
It's not only healthy for you, but it's actually thicker than the natural yogurt is. So I really like the Greek yogurt because it doesn't. Another ingredient in that sauce is a cucumber, and the cucumber has a lot of water. So the natural yogurt is watery by itself. So the Greek yogurt is thicker, so it will hold better. Okay, so you want to get a Greek yogurt.
Okay.
You can find that anywhere in the store. Another ingredient is dill.
And that's this right here, right?
That is correct. That is this right here.
Dill.
So you can get that anywhere in the store. It doesn't have to be a particular brand or anything. You can use any kind of brand. You need garlic.
Garlic.
You can get minced garlic, or you can get the garlic that is already ready. I just buy the regular garlic, and I basically just cut it out and peel it and everything and do it myself.
Okay.
But if it's ready, it's the same thing.
Okay.
So cucumber. So with the cucumber, what you do is you will have to grate it.
Okay.
And I'll show you how you do that and everything. And then extra virgin olive oil. It would be great if we had extra virgin olive oil from Greece.
So can you use any kind of olive oil, or does it have to be the extra virgin olive oil?
The extra virgin olive oil will be the best kind to use for this sauce because it's raw and it's not cooked, and it tastes better than the other olive oils do. Usually the other olive oils, we use them to bake or to actually not only bake, but to actually fry. So it would be best. So don't use any corn oil or vegetable oil. Just use extra virgin olive oil. You can still use the light extra virgin olive oil, but it will be the best thing to use.
Okay.
And then we will need a little bit of salt.
Okay.
And
now, pepper?
No pepper.
Okay.
No pepper in that sauce. So basically, you just play with it, I guess, in a way, and you just, you make it up to your taste. So other people like more garlic, like me. I don't know if you like garlic.
I like garlic, but I don't want to scare anyone away today.
Okay, so others don't like it for the particular smell like the garlic has. So, if on that day you have a date, I wouldn't suggest eating it, but it depends. Okay, so let's
get started.
Yeah, let's get started. Okay, so what we're going to do first is we're actually going to take the yogurt and
Oh, I do see where it's thicker than the regular yogurt.
Yes, and of course, because of the water that the cucumber has, it actually it's gonna make it watery, but the consistency will actually be better than if you have the natural yogurt. Okay, and you will get to see that.
So you just spoon that into a large dish.
Yeah,
that's
and
your main ingredient, right?
Mainly, that's what you do. And as I told you, I don't have any particular measurements, I guess, for it. So it depends on how much you want to make that day. Okay. So today we'll just make enough for all of us.
Okay. To have a taste.
To have a taste, yes, or a taste or two, yes. Okay, so you can leave the spoon in here. Everything will get mixed together.
Okay.
So if your spoon gets mixed with the oil and then with your dill, it doesn't matter because it will all go down to your stomach.
And that's the Greek way, right?
Yes, absolutely. It's the Greek way. So then what we can do is, let's use one of those spoons here. As you can see, the cucumber already has water. Can you see it? After I've grated, I've already grated the cucumber. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you.
It's done.
So you can use a grater like that. Okay. So what you want to do is, and in this situation, I'm just going to do it right here. But basically, you just want to go ahead and grate.
Okay.
And I'm just going to do it so everybody can see it.
Okay, see how it's really supposed to be done.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, it's pretty, a pretty green.
So try, and it's hard to do that, but try to actually find cucumbers that don't contain a lot of water. And it's hard to do that. Usually smaller cucumbers don't contain a lot of water, okay? But I wasn't able to actually, or we weren't able to actually find one, so it's kind of hard to do. But basically, that's how the cucumber is grated. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit more.
Yes, because before the show started, I graded that for you, right?
Yes,
that's
absolutely.
what we're going to tell everybody.
Yes.
Even though we know that didn't happen that way. So you just kind of spoon it in there to taste?
Yeah, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and mix it right now and just see how much I need more, okay? Because we don't want to overpower it with cucumber, okay? Because the garlic is going to go in there. And as you can see, it's going to start forming, and that yogurt is actually going to start loosen up a little bit, okay? So that's a good thing, okay? So we're going to put a little bit more, just a little bit.
A little bit more
a little bit more of cucumber. I'm sorry, this is the first time I'm doing this, so you know I'm stressed out. So I haven't cooked in front of public before, so it's an experience for me. So just a little bit more. And now remember, if you do find any seeds, you know, we tried to take everything out, but it's a good idea to actually strain the cucumber before. So after you have grated it, so that's another good idea. But in our situation, if you find any seeds here, please excuse us. So
you know, Celia, let's take a short break while you stir that some more, and we'll come back and add the other ingredients. Okay,
that will work.
All right.
Separate raw meats from other foods by using different cutting boards. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello? That's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Welcome back to Betty. I'm your host, Cynthia Thompson. I'm here with Celia, and Celia is making a traditional dish that's in Greece, and it's called
Tzatziki.
Tzatziki.
Very good.
Very good. So we've got the Greek yogurt and the cucumber that we grated, and it's in there
Correct.
right now.
Yes,
What
ma'am.
would be the next thing that we would want to add?
Okay, so another main ingredient in the sauce is actually the garlic.
The garlic.
So we have some garlic here, and we're gonna put this in.
And you just make them into little chunks, right?
That is correct. And what we're gonna do is, I like a lot of garlic, as I told you before. So what we're gonna do is, we're actually gonna mix this, but I'm actually are gonna show our audience actually how to do this. So here's the garlic.
Good. Thank you.
And we'll just buy regular garlic basically. I usually just press it down a little bit so I can take
the shell off.
yeah, so I can take the shell off easier. You see the shell just came off easier. And then what I usually do is, I like chunks of garlic a lot, but in some cases, if you want to put it in the food processor or anything else, you can also do that. Or like cut them really thinly, like this. And then I'm going to cut a little bit here. And then you can actually just put that in the sauce,
Okay.
okay? And then let's stir it again.
It's a lot of stirring to this dish. isn't
Yeah, it's just, you have to actually put in every single ingredient and then actually stir it until it all comes together. So the next ingredient that we're going to put in is the dill.
it? The deal.
Yes. Okay, so the way you do that is you basically just have to take the dill and cut it up, and it can be like that, or you can pull it apart too. It's the same thing. So there are no real measurements or cutting sizes to this dish. It's very easy. So I'm going to put it all of the dill here, and then we're going to stir it up again.
We're going to keep stirring it, huh?
Yes.
So the deal, you can grow in a garden, right?
That is correct. You can.
Do you find that a lot of people grow their own herbs in Greece?
They do, especially in villages. They do. They have the space. In Athens is a little harder because most of the city is like apartments and everything. But if you have a garden, which some people do, you know, they do.
Oh my God, Sela, do you remember when we were in Greece and the road was blocked off because the farmers market was there? And
Yes.
oh my, I could not believe it that they had blocked off like 6 blocks.
Yes,
and there
absolutely.
was so much food. And I guess you could get these products from the farmers market when they come by.
Absolutely. You remember how we got all olives and how we got oil and how we got so much stuff, like we got vegetables and fruits and everything. Yeah, you can do that. As a matter of fact, where we stayed at, it was every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday.
Yeah, so it was, they're everywhere in every neighborhood. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put our secret ingredient to our sauce, which is the olive oil.
The olive oil.
Okay, so the reason that this is a secret ingredient is you just have to get it right. Okay, so you don't have to put too much. If you put too much, it's going to become oily. So you'll be able to see the oil, and the sauce won't taste right. Okay, so you just have to put enough. Okay, and I guess you have to. I can't
much is
measure it,
enough?
but let's see here. So.
That
Let's
looks like
try
about
this.
a tablespoon.
Yeah, that would be probably a tablespoon. So as it looks like here, we're going to continue mixing, of course. Okay, we
Yes.
never stop mixing. So as it looks here, our sauce is about done and ready because actually we measured it just right. It's good to have a Greek in your show, as you can see. So we just measured it just right. So it looks like our sauce is going to be good. We're going to add a little bit of salt. So this is what we're going to do with the salt. We're just going to add it and taste it. And then after we taste it, yes, we will know if it's good or not. Now, what I wanted to tell you about the olive oil is when you start putting the olive oil, don't be scared of you to put too much olive oil, because what you can do is you can add a little bit of yogurt extra, okay? So if you see in your sauce is a little bit oily, you haven't failed, okay? So you can always add some more yogurt and add a little bit more garlic, and then it was going to be just fine. So you can't fail that sauce.
Okay, so I can do this.
You can do this. I am convinced that you can do this, yes. So let's do a little bit more.
So in Greece, while we're stirring, Sela, in Greece, what would a normal day look like for a Greek person?
So a normal day, and if you don't mind, I'm going to go ahead and start adding salt. A normal day is usually people get up around 8 o'clock or so and go to work, of course. We have shorter days there, so we do not.
What do you mean by that?
Well, we don't like all this idea of 8 to 5. We like to work like until 2 or 3 and then go home.
2 or 3?
Yeah, it's greater like that. So go home and then be able to have lunch with your family. Lunch is a big tradition in Greece, so it's a big tradition to have lunch at the house with your family. And then it's take a siesta time like the Spanish do.
Take a nap?
Yes,
And
absolutely.
then you go back to work?
No. We would absolutely not go back to work. So I'm going to ask your help here, if you don't mind helping me with the salt.
Open it up.
Yes, ma'am, while I stir this some more. So, yeah, we wouldn't go back to work, no.
So the kids, do they go to school from 8 to 2?
Now, the kids do go to school, and they will go to school from 8 to 2, and usually around 3 o'clock or so, they will be released from school, and then, you know, they can be at home or do extracurricular activities and everything. So I added a little bit of salt, Cynthia, here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stir it up a little bit more.
Stir.
Yes, but we're coming close to tasting. So are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you want to taste this with me? And let me know. Let me take a spoon here. So I'm going to taste that, and we're going to see. I think we need a little more salt. What do you think?
A little more salt, yeah.
So, and maybe a little seems a lot, but it's not really. So let's stir it some more.
So your kids, when they go to school, they go all the way through, I guess, high school like here. Then they go to college. How do they determine what college they're going to go to in Greece?
So the Greek colleges are different than here. It's really hard to get into college rather than finish college like it is here. Yeah, you have to go through a certain type of exam, which is almost like, I wouldn't say like a standard examination that you can take, but it's different for different professions. So a lawyer would take a different test than a doctor would, than someone who wants to study biology would. So it's hard to get in. Education is absolutely free in Greece.
Free?
Free for everybody that wants to go. It doesn't matter if you're a citizen or a non-citizen, but if you're part of the Greek educational system and you have been accepted, you can actually study for free.
Wow.
Yes, it's
That
a
is
privilege
really
that we
good.
have that is amazing. So a lot of students actually do their first years of schooling there, and then they go to other places, like come to the States or go to England or somewhere to do their master's program.
So do the kids, when they're in grade school, high school, do they have to take a different language?
Yes, we have a second language. So our second language is English. Yes, or you can study French or you can study German as well. But most of the population actually speaks English as a second language.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, so as you know, it was easier to actually communicate while you were there. So that's another good thing. So let's try it one more time, okay?
I'm going to get a different spoon.
Sure.
A different spoon.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry.
Bought you some tasters.
So let's try it to see.
That's much better.
I think we just got it right this time. So basically, that's how you make tzatziki sauce. So we're done.
Wow.
So yeah, now you can actually have some crackers and eat it with crackers. You can eat it with some pita. You can eat it with put it on your sandwich or something, or put it on your pita sandwich. So it's just great. I think it just goes with everything.
You know, let's take a little short break. When we come back, while we're on break, we're going to taste some more.
All right.
And we're going to come back and talk some more about the people of Greece.
Okay.
Okay?
Turn here. There. Excuse me.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1,000,000. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Traditional light bulbs actually generate 9 times more heat than light. Switch to Energy Star light bulbs, and you'll realize just how much cash you are really burning through. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at energysavers.gov.
Back to Betty, I'm your host, Cynthia Thompson, and you have been watching me and Sela make Tzatziki. No, I cannot pronounce it. I need some help every time. You know, Sela, before we went on break, we talked about a little bit about the people of Greece and their lifestyle there. One thing I thought was odd on our trip was what time they ate dinner. We didn't eat dinner until 9 o'clock that night. Why is that?
Yes, we tend to eat light. It's very true. It's bad for our digestion, I believe, but we still do it. I guess, you know, we tend to eat lunch around 1, 2 o'clock. Some people sometimes even eat lunch around 3 o'clock. So, you know, looking at it from that perspective, I guess it makes sense to eat around 9 because that gives you an opportunity, you know, for your digestive system to digest the lunch so you can eat dinner. We also tend to eat larger meals at lunch than we do at dinner. Of course, that didn't happen with us, as you know, because we tried everything.
Yes.
Yes. So, and plus, whenever I personally go there, I feel hungry all the time. So, and as you know, every street has a bakery and a coffee shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you tend to eat all the time while you walk. You eat and walk and lose the calories. So.
What's a typical dinner in Greece?
So a typical dinner would be, we eat pretty much everything. So we eat beef. We eat a lot of lamb. We eat pork. We also eat chicken. We don't eat it as much as we do here, but we do eat it quite a bit. We also eat a lot of vegetables because we have a lot of good vegetables that are produced there. So we rarely have to import something. A typical dinner would be, you can have from chicken with potatoes in the oven, and then you have your Greek salad with tomatoes, cucumbers, onions, peppers, feta cheese. And then, of course, you have your bread, because as you know, the bakeries make delicious bread. And it's very inexpensive, too, as you know. And you can also have like cheese pie, you can have a spinach pie, you can have lamb with potatoes in the oven, or you can have meatballs, or you can have anything pretty much, a lot of vegetables and everything. So typically it's a main dish, and then the Greek salad, and then your bread. And then mostly drink wine.
Wine.
Yes, ma'am.
What, you know, in Mexico they have tequila, in Russia they have the vodka. What kind of alcohol is in Greece?
I think wine would be the designated alcohol for Greece, because we produce a lot of wine. So I would call us wine country, like California almost does for some areas. Our typical white wine, which is very famous, is Retina. And it's our white wine that everybody drinks when they visit and everything. There's red wines, and also kind of like Zinfandels here and everything. So you have those as well.
But there was an alcohol that I tried, but I didn't like it. It was called Ouzo.
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 So ouzo is like moonshine, yes. And I believe you tried that. And I think that was one of the things that you didn't like the Greek coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a little bit stronger. The Greek coffee is stronger than the regular coffee is, than the American coffee is, and another thing is that the ouzo is very strong as well.
Yes.
It's actually the only drink I believe we have in Greece that is almost 95% alcohol.
Oh my
So it's
God.
like pure fire, you know, when you put it in your throat, it's like it burns
is
you.
Fire.
Yeah, I think you took a sip and you put it down. Am I correct? Yeah. So it's very famous. People drink it, especially during the summertime.
Ooh.
Yeah, but you always have to have it with something to eat. So
Yes.
they usually, if you order it out, they will bring you something with it.
So, Celia, one last question. We've got to wrap this up, and I'm so sorry. We've got to go. But if someone were to go to Greece, what's one thing that you would tell them that they must eat?
Oh, I would say you just need to eat definitely kebab.
Kebab?
Yes, like gyro, like the traditional souvlaki. So that's something you must have. It's totally different than here, as you remember.
Yes.
The meat is different. It's a combination of lamb, pork, and beef, but the meat is not processed. So it's made there. It's basically grated and grated and like cleaned and everything, and it's put together. So it's not something you buy. That's definitely something to have as a staple for Greece.
Well, Celia, thank you so much for coming on my show and showing us how to make the Tzatziki.
Tzatziki.
Tzatziki. Close. I would
Very
get
close.
it.
Yes.
And you got to come back to talk some more about Greece, okay?
I will. Thank you for inviting me.
And thank you so much. I want to thank each and every one of you for watching my show, Better You, here on Public Access 21 every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Oh my God, Celia, thank you. Don't